Have you found yourself one day off track? Did you already set a plan for your goals, a plan for your life, determined already where you are going to head and how and what are the means and methods? But despite this, you found yourself off track. And sometimes you ask, why? I don't know what put me out of track. Simply the answer is in one word: distractions. You got distracted. And sometimes you find something that's really, really positive, but it is distraction, like knowledge, education. Knowledge could be one day and one time a distraction to you. Discussing this and how to come over distraction, because it is one of the major factors that could put you out of track despite you already planned well, will be discussed tonight. See you.
Chances, dreams and goals, many mixed emotions in my heart and soul. For some I made a plan and did the best I can. If God wills, things can happen. After all, I'm just a man. Choices, chances, dreams and goals, many mixed emotions in my heart and soul. For some I made a plan and did the best I can. If God wills, things can happen. After all, I'm just a man.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters all over the world. Welcome to a new episode of Life Choices. We spoke about distractions in the introduction and how to come over this. Last episode, we had our experienced guest, Mr. Man, to tell us what are the challenges that could face you while you already plan for your life and start to run your life, starting from the age of 20 and before 20 till you go to the age of 50 and above. And in this episode, in part 2, we will discuss distractions. What could put you away from your path, despite you already planned ahead well, set your goals, your measures, the means and methods, and you did all the homework to get to your goal. Despite this, you are not on track. How to come over this? This will be discussed tonight. And first, I would like to welcome my dear guests and the friend of the show, Mr. Ahmed.
Thank you.
Welcome to the episode of Life Choices.
Thank you very much.
Hope you
Pleasure
already,
to be with you again.
Thank you so much. Hope you already have an idea about the distractions, because everyone got distracted.
Of course, life
It's
has
everywhere.
become full of distractions.
Yes, thank you. And Mr. Abdullah, welcome
Welcome.
to Life
Assalamu
Choices.
alaikum.
We missed you last episode.
Yeah, happy to be with you again.
Yeah, it's our
Thank
pleasure. And our new friend, Mr. Ashraf.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ahmed.
Welcome
it's
to
a
have
pleasure.
you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. So, speaking of distraction, sometimes people see it's not that big word.
It is.
It's not big word.
I think it is.
It is big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a big word when it takes you away from your goal, when it takes you away from what you planned to do from the very beginning. Of course, it's a distraction, even if it's something good.
Okay. Even if it is something good.
Yes.
So, like, give me an example.
I mean, for example, doing sports. You have a test tomorrow,
okay.
and you feel that you are kind of you have to play something, your favorite sport. So doing sports is not something bad.
Playing
And
games.
Playing games.
Mhm.
Yeah, all these are
So
things. They're
I
not.
see
They're
difference
not
between
bad
games
things.
and sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still
Well, so you-
Ahmed's point that it is you have a test tomorrow, so you play
Okay.
sport or play games. Still, it is not the right time to do it, right?
Yeah. Well, and in your plan, you have big target to finish before doing the test tomorrow. So when
Okay.
you do sports, of course, it's something.
Mhm.
Despite it's being good, it's a distraction.
Actually, I see it not just doing sports and you have an exam tomorrow. The more you exaggerate in something, more than the limits, it puts you in distraction.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everyone knows that sports is something magnificent for your health.
Mm.
And by the way, it supports you to achieve your goals, because if you are not healthy enough, sometimes you find you being hurdled because your body is not supporting you to achieve your goal. And nutrition is a good part of this, and this will be discussed later.
Definitely.
But I see that it's not just sports that is the
That might be
the
a good
distraction.
distraction.
Yes, it's something good, but it put you in the risk of being distracted. Why? Because you do it over than the limits.
Yes.
Sports is something good, but let's speak frankly, it's the maximum for someone to do sports. It's an hour per day, right? If you do it more than this, it could put you in distraction.
Yeah, and speaking about this, also
I
when
know
I
some
was
people,
in
they stay half the day in the gym.
yeah,
on, man.
when I was in year 3, I like reading very much, and I like reading novels.
Mhm.
There was a novel by Charles Dickens, Great Expectations.
Yeah, I know that.
This
Well
is this novel is the best novel I've ever read.
Okay.
And just a week before my exams, and it's a bit away from my study, but I started it and I have to finish it.
Mhm.
All my friends study something, I'm reading the novel.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really taken to it,
Mhm.
and really it and on this year it affected my performance.
Of course, because you already went off track. Do you know what was the right track? Is to take care of your lessons, the rest of your lessons.
Yes.
But you got yourself out of track because of something you like it. And this is the difference, because something you want or like and something you need. You didn't need to complete Great Expectations. You needed to focus on the rest of your lessons.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So
that's
this
right.
is concerning something that you do more than the traditional limits. It puts you in the risk of distraction.
Or you do it once it is not needed. It's not
Once
needed.
it is not needed.
Yeah, you do it in the time that it is not needed, like reading novel in the day of examination itself. You should be reading the books itself of the exam that you're going to be examined in.
Good.
So maybe you're not doing just over the limit.
Mhm.
You're even doing the minimum of it, but not in the right time. I think this might be one of the things that can be a distraction for the one's goals.
Of course, doing something that in the very wrong time, or not its own time, it's a time for something else.
Mhm.
Of course, it puts you in distraction. Same like you have a test tomorrow and you do some sports.
Yeah, this is what we call every session has a different discussion.
Yeah.
When you have to study, you just have to study. You have to study your lessons. Reading
Mhm.
must have another time.
Mhm.
And actually, for myself, I fall in the same trap. I was in the senior year of the university, and I used to read novels and extracurricular activities for, you could say, 10 hours per day,
Okay.
which was very exhausted for me, but I like it. I like to read. But this
10
is what we
hours per
call,
day.
yeah, 10 hours, 10 hours
Okay.
per day.
You
I
must
just
be a
used
scholar.
I used to pray,
Mhm.
eat, and read,
Okay.
nothing else. To
Instead
read
of
these
eat, pray,
novels.
love, he
Yeah.
reads.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Read, okay.
Yeah, I used to do these three things, but this is what we call today, and I knew this expression from you today, the good distraction.
Yes.
It's a distraction, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was good to read for 10 hours per day, but it distracted me from my main course,
Of course.
which was studying.
Of course, it is because we cannot call it a good distraction. It's something good, but it puts you at the risk of distraction.
Mm-hmm.
So the mean is good, so fine, but it puts you at risk, and nobody wants to be at risk,
Yes, of
especially when it comes for the goal of your life, because you live for this goal. This is why you're breathing every day. This is why you're working every day in order to achieve this goal. And we all agreed that what is the goal? Serving the message of Allah
Yes.
Yeah.
in your own way. You have a way. You have a way. Ahmed
Have another way.
has a way. I have a way. Because people are different. But all the ways
Must
lead to
lead to
Rome.
the
serve the same purpose.
Same purpose, but in different manner. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we come back again to
So
the word.
can we say there is a good distraction or bad distraction? Or
No, because
we can say
distraction
that
is not good.
the distraction is one,
Yeah, the mean
the main in income.
from its own essence is
Mhm.
good, like reading and doing sports. But it puts you in the risk of distraction. It makes you deviate away.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
if we imagine that I'm walking from here till the end of the studio, there at this point, at point X, And I'm walking, and I found a holy singing, or someone who's reading the Holy Quran in very, 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 very good voice that it attracts you to listen. While my goal is to reach point X, and point X will serve the message of Allah. But I got deviated to hear the nice sound of the Holy Quran.
Yeah, the good voice.
Listening the Holy Quran in good voice is something correct,
No
something
one
good.
can, yeah.
But it puts you in deviation and risk being distracted not to reach point X. While point X is the main goal, the message of Allah. Come on. Right?
Yeah.
So I cannot say, for my audience, I cannot say there is something called good distraction. No, it's something good, but it puts you in the risk of distraction. Then at this time, it will not be something good. Right?
When it exceeds
In its
the limits.
appearance, it is good. Like reading the Quran and not working. At this time, reading the Quran is something correct and right. But not working, something worse.
Yeah.
So it has to find a time for reading the Quran and time for working. Let's not make something distract you from something else. You cannot work all the time and you forget to worship Allah.
Yeah, I was
Right.
going to say the same example. For in our community, a lot of people say we have to work. Work in itself is a worship. So we
Yes.
work, so we worship Allah in a different way. But we have to explain to them, working is an element in the worship of God. So you have to pray your prayers. You have to do other.
You have to serve the community to help people together.
Yeah.
Saying
So
that
it's not only about work itself.
Not only about work, and you know, if we remember the message of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Prophet Muhammad started with the people to get them know the Quran and start to act in their lives with the Quran. Not just to read it, not just to know about it, but act with it. Right? And this already made the people on very, very high level or very articulated level of ethics and morale. Right? People were very decent. And then, after his death, came Abu Bakr Siddiq, radiallahu anhu. He came with almost similar method, focusing on the ethics of the people. And then came Umar ibn al-Khattab, radiallahu anhu. And here we have a stop. During the era of Umar ibn al-Khattab, that already the Islamic nation became on its peak. Why?
Because he applied the Quran in the real life. And
Applied and work.
Yeah, he worked
He
hard.
Worked very hard, very hard. He is the owner of the best economic method that humanity have ever knew.
Yeah.
Right? He the first one. He did many, many things. So till now we have PhDs are focused on the beginnings or the first things that Omar did. Omar is the first one who did this. Omar is the first one who did this. There is a PhDs focusing. Its subject is firsts of Omar.
So we could call it the Omari system.
The Omari system. Why? Because of work.
Definitely.
Not just because of focusing on ethics. Focusing on ethics was the pillar. It made the pillars for people in order when they got on the peak of the world, even to act with ethics. And this is very important because if you have no ethics and you got all this power, you will be destructive.
Definitely.
Got it?
At some
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
yes, you'd be very destructive.
Yes.
Even
And
to yourself.
yeah, and I remember a well saying by the great late Dr. Mustafa Mahmoud. When God said, وَإِنَّكَ لَعَلَى خُلُقٍ
عظيم.
عظيم وإنك لعلى خلق
عظيم.
عظيم وليس على علم عظيم.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, the translation first, like the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describe his prophet, indeed you are in a high
Yes,
Yeah,
on a
good ethics.
high
Yeah.
ethics.
Mhm.
Why? He described him as on high ethics, not on high knowledge or science.
Because ethics is the base we build
Base.
on.
Mhm.
These are the pillars, as you said
Yes,
before.
the base. A good base, that means
The
it's like the
foundation
building.
to
Yeah, the
start.
foundation.
If you have a good base and foundation for the building, you have a strong building.
Yeah.
You can start and work.
And
Yeah.
till now, in these days, we find a destructive science. It is science, but already
It is
It's
Without
destructive.
ethics.
Mhm.
destructive to humanity,
Yeah.
like the atomic bomb.
And this is science without ethics is
Yes.
something evil.
Atomic bomb is something evil, but it made through what? Through science, right?
Yes.
And if you have science without ethics, it's something that's very bad for the humanity. But if you have ethics with science and knowledge,
Ethics
development.
protect science from being evil. Yeah.
protects. Thank you so much, Abdul.
Mhm.
It protects. So ethics is a main pillar, and our ethics are on the Holy Quran myth.
The teachings of the Prophet.
Yes.
sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and
Right.
the
So
Quran.
speaking about distractions, and if we just try to link this episode to the previous episode when we started the program, we
Mhm.
spoke about life planning.
Yeah.
And when you plan, you have to think about your goals at first, and then you start to plan to achieve your goals.
Yes.
Maybe you have too many goals.
Mm-hmm.
So not prioritizing your goals is the first step of distraction.
It's a kind of
But you have lots
distraction.
of goals,
Yes.
but you're not prioritizing them.
Yeah.
So you have to achieve. I have to achieve this. I have to achieve this. This I have to achieve that. So you put them together. You're not thinking. You're not thinking positively. So what's to do first? This or that. This or that. So you now you are trapped into lots of goals. So these goals may distract you from achieving your main goal. So
Mhm.
at this stage you have to achieve that, but you're not thinking. You're not thinking positively.
Mhm.
You're not. Your attention is not totally to that goal.
Yeah.
But you have to focus on that only. So you have lots of goals
Mm-hmm.
at the same time. This is utter distraction. Isn't it?
It is other destruction. I agree. Do you remember, Ahmed? We had a phone call from the show friend. His name is Mahmoud,
Yes. Yes, I
and
remember.
we were in life planning episode.
Mm.
What did Mahmoud say? The problem of Mahmoud. Mahmoud's problem was he has many goals and he cannot focus on any. So he got shattered.
Yes.
He got distracted and shattered. He doesn't know what to start with. What is the most important? What is the important? What can be postponed? What can be delayed now?
You want to do it all at once.
He wants to do it
Mhm.
all at once. So nothing being done all at once. So it has to be organized, because this is, I cannot call it type of distraction, because I see that distraction comes when you set your goal and you are on your way
Yeah.
and you got deviated.
When you
This
have
is
a certain
problem,
way.
but I cannot call it distraction.
Mhm.
Distraction, what withdraw you from your way.
Mm.
So your path is like this. So when you start to go like this, you got deviated, you got distracted. You are off the way, off track. So you have to be always on track. And by the way, it is regular sometimes to be off track. But what is the most important is to know when you are off track, you know that you are off track. And how to get on again.
Yes,
This
exactly.
is the most important, because sometimes you get distracted or deviated or off track, but you don't know that you are off track. And in today's life is very fast and so many distractions. So actually in this era of our time, it's a bit tougher than before.
Actually, I could say it. We are living in the distraction life. The life of distractions. It's filled with distractions that could deviate you, or that could deviate you all the time from your goal and purpose.
I agree and disagree at the same time. Paradox. Why? Because I see that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always made a balance. Life is always in balance. balance status. If you have more distractions, you have something that balances this distraction. Let's take an example like the internet. Internet could be great distraction, like social media. You use
Facebook, yeah.
LinkedIn, all the social media, the well-known social media. But at the same time, you could read
Use it as
and
a
get
main.
educated and receive certificates and courses over the internet. So it's same way. You are connected to the internet, but it differs which
How to use it.
and how to use it. So there is a distraction called the internet, but also this is the balance I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Also, there is a destination in the internet that puts you on track,
So it's a double whip.
like learning more courses. We know that today we have websites are specialized in
Only
uploading
online courses.
online courses
Yeah.
and
Online.
material in all the kind of knowledge you can imagine. And also we have YouTube.
Definitely.
And YouTube is
A lot of
very,
videos,
very
educative,
lots of videos. It's
training.
massive database of videos. So you can go for YouTube and listen to music. And you can go for YouTube and learning Excel,
Mm-hmm.
right? Same website, right?
Mm-hmm.
But different search words.
Yeah, different usage.
It's your choice, and this is why it's called life choices. Again,
Definitely.
it's your choice.
All right, so now we got acquainted with different kinds of distractions.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I got distracted, but I don't know. So how can I discover that in an early stage to get myself on the track again?
That's a very important question, and this is for our audience too. We got our goal set by measures, right? So this measure is time measure, and it has a purpose. And we had an example like this on this aspect. This example, like you want to earn XYZ certificate at XYZ time. If you found yourself not will be achieving the certificate or earning the certificate at the preset time, that you are distracted, and then you have to find what made you in distraction. Maybe problems in your life, problems in your work, something that you already liked more, so you got distracted. Because sometimes we got distracted for things we like, even if they are good.
Mm.
Like reading the Holy Quran. Reading the Holy Quran is something great, but you cannot read the Holy Quran all of your time and you forget the rest of the life. You read the Quran to get educated, to act with it in real life.
The Prophet said, "Sa'atun wa sa'a," like you can do an hour of work and an hour of just enjoyment or relief. So the Prophet asked us to do that balance in life between
Yes.
with a professional, spiritual, and joyful or restful life.
Yeah.
So it is not all the time like music or enjoyment or playing, or all the time work and spiritual. So there is
Yeah, yeah.
should
There's
be a
always
balance. Yeah.
Yeah. This is answering for your question. Did we answer your question right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So,
good.
so if you allow me to continue this topic with Mr. Ahmed raised, what are the distractions, if we could sort some kind of distractions to be aware of
Mm-hmm.
that could face the young men in our lifetime now? So we said you could be distracted. So what are these distractions, if you could sort them?
The types, you mean?
Yeah, the
Types
types
of
of distractions or the
Yeah.
kinds of distractions.
Mhm.
What are these distractions? Like
Mhm.
what?
If I see in your early life starting from the age of 20,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that starting with college,
Mm-hmm.
knowledge could be a type of distraction.
Knowledge.
Knowledge, why? Sometimes we have an interest in a certain knowledge that will not serve our goal or our message. But we start to go with it because we like it, like great expectations. So knowledge could be distraction.
Hmm.
The idea of marriage could be a distraction if it is in the wrong time, because everyone should get married. This is life, and this is the correct method, but it should be in the correct time with the correct person. So Your network, your friends, your company could be a distraction if it is the wrong company,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
But there is an ultimate distraction.
Ultimate.
Yes. I see it the greatest threat for being distracted. It's you. When you forget your goals,
Mm-hmm.
when you are not on track, or when you say, I will not be able to achieve it. It's too hard. I'm done.
Despair.
Yeah, giving up.
Giving up. It's a distraction. Because if you already woke up and told yourself the other day or a week or a month later, no, it was wrong and I should get back on track, so you already got distracted for a time and you came back. So not believing in yourself for a while
Mm-hmm.
is a distraction. But I see that distraction could be a gift, because when you know that you got distracted, you need to get back, so
Yes.
you accelerate more.
Yes.
So, and this will be discussed more in the part of the episode. So, dear brother and sister, we'll go for a short break. Please stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We'll get back soon. Assalamu alaikum, dear brothers or sister. Welcome back after the break. And we're still with distractions. What could put you away from your track? And we stopped with the question from you, Mr. Ahmed, before the break.
Yes. Actually, I've in the previous episode with
Mr. Man.
Mr. Man, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we were speaking about starting earlier.
Yeah.
So, is there a relationship between starting your life early and thinking about your goal in an early stage of your life?
Mm-hmm.
Does it affect your practical life? Does it make you more successful if you start earlier,
Mm-hmm.
or if you start later to think about your ultimate goal? So
Yes.
the stage
Mm-hmm.
itself, does it affect your success? Does it affect your performance?
Of course, because the earlier, as we said in the previous episode, and this is related to a previous episode more than this episode, by the way, but it is very important. Why? Because there is a distraction factor here. We said that the earlier you start your practical life is the better to discover your talents and the method or the path you want to go through. So if you started your life earlier, you will start to discover your capabilities that God already gave you earlier.
Yeah, but is it? Does it depend on luck that you're lucky to discover yourself earlier? Some people find it a bit difficult to discover themselves. I mean, what are my talents? I'm when you are when you are pressed at some stage of your life, especially these days, people are pressed. People they may be innovative, they may have creativity, but thinking about making your your living and earning money because you have responsibilities, it makes you away from discovering yourself.
No,
So you have to. It needs time.
no. You know what?
Why?
I will not put it in the area of luck. I call it a
I
challenge.
don't mean luck, but some people really. I've seen lots of people like that.
Mm-hmm.
These people are really they're fantastic, fantastic minds, brilliant minds.
Mm-hmm.
But earning the living
Yeah.
what puts them away from the track, really.
I'll tell
And
you what.
especially our countries are full of these people.
I'll tell you what. And yeah, I don't like to call it and throw it over the country, because challenges are everywhere. Maybe you find in a country challenges are bigger than another country, but challenges is everywhere in the world. But I'll tell you something, Ahmed. You know what? And this is something are being arranged by God.
Yeah.
Because God, of course, know that if you got at this career as a brilliant mind and you're very intelligent, etc.
But
But
actually,
you're
it's not a
being-
career. It's a profession. They're like carpenters, mechanics. Yes.
Okay, but they got on the pressure of earning their bread. and
Yes.
supporting their families,
Yes,
etc.
this is the ultimate dream, is to, I have kids and I have to feed them well, have to dress them well, so they're all my care. But when
And
you
this
think
puts
when you
you-
think about when he just meditates about himself and think about himself, he finds I'm full of energy to do something which is special, but I can't. I have no. Come on, this is ridiculous. I have kids to take care of. I have wife to give money. I have house. I have home. I have to spend.
Fine, but let me repeat because I'm not sure that I got your question right.
Hmm?
You're saying that someone has a talent
Yeah.
in a certain aspect in life,
Hmm.
but he cannot accelerate in this because he has family, kids to support,
Other responsibilities.
other
Yes.
responsibilities.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Good. This is part of the challenges. It could put you sleeping less, having more effort, not having the right time or the money to run after your dream.
Yes.
Okay? These are the circumstances that God puts you in because it is at the end in your favor, but you don't know yet. And it could be a challenge, but you didn't find the correct or the right gate yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a real challenge.
It's really a challenge, but who said that life is easy? Hey, and this is for everyone. Who said life is easy? And we said the more life is hard, the bigger the gift will be.
Yes.
It's something like high risk, high profit. Who said it is easy? Who said it should be easy? Myself, I enjoy it when it is tough.
All right, but if you
Cannot be tough forever.
if you ask someone, just a kind of one of the people I'm speaking about, if you if you ask him a question like, you have a talent and you have to give time to satisfy, you must have passion towards this talent. He will tell you, no, this talent is a distraction. It's a distraction for me, despite what we were speaking about today. Distraction. When I think about, for example, I know someone who is a professional painter,
Okay.
and he in the past he used to draw some portraits, and he tried to sell them, but he failed because we're not in a. He said that we're not in a country that appreciates what we do. Now he works like a cashier somewhere, and he forgot about this talent totally. Now he got married, so he doesn't have time at all to do anything like drawing or like meditate about something to draw or to do something like that. So thinking about drawing again is a distraction. I have to
This is
focus on my.
we went away from distraction, Ahmed,
Mm.
and I want to take my tie off to breathe of what you said about your friend.
Well,
Because this is one of the things that I hear, and when I hear it, I feel very, very sad about it. He was a professional painter,
yeah,
and no one bought his drawings. So he has a family, and he went to work as a cashier. Cashier is a very good profession, fine.
yeah.
But you know what? Your friend, he surrendered. He gave up.
Okay, but
He gave up.
at some stage of your life, you need to get stable.
No, actually, I'd
No.
like to. This is what we call challenge.
Yes.
With great challenges and with great responsibilities comes great personalities and great success. If you have great responsibilities, you have to challenge.
Of course.
You have to challenge. If you are not challenging, so give up.
Okay, and
So being in
Until when?
responsibility with your family and kids, it should puts you in more acceleration towards your dreams.
Yes.
And this is for you too, because I see that it became common.
all right. So when
Never
he gives you a
give up
question,
of your dream. Never. Because the responsibility, this is what the devil puts you in. The devil puts you what? It gives you the picture that the responsibility, like family, like wife and kids, are being burdened. It's like a big rock on your shoulders, and you have to run with it. This is what the devil gives you this image. No. The correct image is that your family is the fuel to make you accelerate more,
To reach your
Not-
purpose.
to reach your purpose. Thank you.
Right.
Not
So
to live your dream like Ahmed's friends.
okay. So when he asks me a question like that, this week maybe, yes, you are in a challenge, and you have you have to have self-determination that you. No, I must prove that.
He should get back again,
I'm something.
but
and-
gradually.
Okay, but he, he's used to asking me a question like that. Until when?
What do you mean by it? Until
So,
when? What?
yeah, to challenge, to challenge and to accept the challenge.
Until you achieve the preset goal. Or
Okay,
your,
how about my
vision of the dream.
responsibilities? That I have to
responsibilities
earn
are
money.
the
I
fuel.
have to.
The challenge
The
is to
pressure of
make a
life
balance
itself.
between
Yes.
the responsibilities and the dream. And they always say challenges are chances.
Yes.
So if he can take these challenges as a bigger chances to get his life, that would be correct. If he can do that balance between being his responsibility and his family and his dream, he will be that man worthy to achieve his dream. If not, okay, so just tell him, don't. It's not worthy to think about your dream if you just cannot make this balance.
Ask him one question.
It's not worthy.
No, not worthy.
Yes.
This friend of yours, he has kids, right?
Well, he's just an acquaintance, but I'm not sure about that.
He has some people. He's
He's
responsible
married.
for.
He's married. He's still young.
Okay,
He's in
married
his
and he has a
20s or
wife.
30s.
Okay, he is married,
Early
and one day,
yes.
inshallah, he will have kids, right?
Mm.
Okay, ask him one question.
Mm.
30 years later, how your kids and wife will look at you in the future?
They will speak. They will speak about him like my father. He was an artist in the past, and he was able to draw, but because he was protecting us and he was spending
Fine,
money on
Ahmed,
us.
but this is what you assume.
He-
Ask him this question. How your wife and kids will see you 30 years later in the future if you achieved your dream and your vision in life, but he has to plan first because it seems that he didn't plan for anything.
Yeah.
Plan first and stick to your plan and ask him this question. 30 years from now, how your kids that you will see one day, inshallah, and your wife will look at you in the future, because always the wife and the kids, when they grow or when they are young, they look at the father and they see him the ultimate hero.
All right,
Yeah.
but it depends
Yes.
on the country, doesn't it?
No, I disagree with this
It's
totally.
humane.
I totally disagree, because you know what?
Why?
We throw the responsibility on the country, even if the country is bad.
No, it's not the country
It
itself,
just
but
puts you in more challenge.
all right, but now we can. It's easy to compare. It's not difficult. You are not. You're not.
Ahmed, take it
You're not
simply.
trapped.
Just
Yeah,
ask him the
simple.
question and get
Just
back
ask
with the
him
answer.
question and see it yourself. It is a challenge, right?
Yes.
And it is tougher challenge. But again, it's your choice. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's your choice.
And
yes.
just want to make a comment, maybe it's not related, but
No, go ahead, Abdul.
again, back to what is the right time to get married. Because a lot of people,
We should make an episode about the
yes, because-
marriage timing.
yeah, a lot of people saying like, okay, I'm married now, I have no chances to do such and such and such. So they,
No, I
they take
disagree
marriage
with
as a
this.
kind of burden, as a
Yes,
kind of the.
Okay, and again, it depends on your choice. So your ultimate customer.
this is the vision that I told you. The devil puts you on the responsibility. It's like a rock on your shoulder.
Yeah, this is what we call at the beginning of this episode. You are the great distraction of yourself.
Yes.
You are the great distraction. You yourself is the great distraction.
your wife.
You accept
Can be.
being, no, you accept being,
You surrendered.
you accept to surrender or give up or not. You know, there is a saying called never back down. Actually, I see it in the gym when people they start to do this muscle
Lifting.
the lifting,
Mhm.
and they have like 10 lifts. In the 7th, they start to
To be slow.
yeah, I
War.
see, and they are thinking not to continue to the 10th. But I see the coach in very harsh way. say never back down. It is the same. Never back down. Never
Yes,
give up.
it's like it's like the movie Men of Honor. Does
Actually,
anybody know this movie?
I see it, it's more like never give up.
Yes.
Yes.
Never give up. Your dream is very precious. Never give up. So, Mr. Abdullah, you had a question.
The question about if, away from the marriage, I don't know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything, yeah. Well, how can nurturing be like useful to my life or important to my life?
Nutrition, you mean?
Nutrition, yeah.
Nutrition. Actually, I see this, it's a critical success factor. Nutrition, by the way. We are not nutrition experts here, but if you not eating right or healthy, you will not be able to do lots of things in your life. Let's take an example. You had a very, very heavy, nice meal at lunch. And you have to study or you have to take care of your family, to spend time with your family, with your wife, with your kids, etc. But not eating healthy will put you in off mood, like want or feel to sleep most of the time. Because as a medical fact that I know from a friend of mine, his nutritionist, the more you eat over than what your body needs, your blood pressure started to get higher. So once it started to get higher, you feel that you want to sleep. And when you want to sleep, you just sleep. You don't do anything while you're sleeping. So nutrition is a critical success factor. Also on the shape level, you know, some professions they strict for the candidate to be in fit,
Yeah, to be in shape.
to be in shape.
Like security guards, for example.
Like security guards, I see like consultants, sometimes trainers and
Receptionists.
doctors, receptionists. So not eating well or not taking care of your nutrition puts you at risk. And by the way, I see it distraction because it puts you away from your track.
Because
When you-
I think your body is the tool. Like
Yes, actually your body is the car. Not taking care of your car while your car will drive you from point X to point Y. How will you go? Right? Your body is very precious. Take care of your bodies, please.
Yes. And that reminds me of the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, إِنَّ لِبَدَنِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٌّ. يعني indeed your body
لِبَدَنِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٌّ.
has right over
Yes.
you, so you need
Your
to
body
fulfill this.
has rights on you. And this hadith, as our friend Abdullah said.
Ah,
Yes,
Prophet
very
ﷺ.
correct. Thank you, Mr. Abdullah.
Thank you.
So Ashraf,
Yeah, I have a question, but I'd like to link it with the topic of the episode. We talked about about distractions, and we talked about life planning and the purposes and goals of my life. If I knew my distractions and my goals, how could I assess my progress in my life?
okay. This is something already it's a very important question. Thank you, Mr. Ashraf. But this is a question we answered before in the episode of life planning. Let's take that you already planned for your life. And always planning is linked to time, right? And it's time ahead. Let's take an example like earning a certain certificate at certain age, or being promoted to a certain position at a certain age.
Yes.
If you found yourself a bit close or at 40% of the time and you didn't achieve anything, you know that you are at risk, right?
Yes.
It's by assessing time. And we always start by 30 to 40% of the time. Like if it is a year, consider after quarter one. 3 months or
3.5
1 month,
months.
or 1 month later, like 4 months, 3.5 to 4 months, you start to tell yourself, ask yourself these questions. Did I achieve 1, 2, 3, 4? Am I on right track? Because you already set your strategies that are the actions. Did you do these actions?
So I
Yeah,
have to plan. I have to make a time plan.
Yeah, and yeah, one more
And
thing. In planning for your life, you have goals. You have deadlines. So if you meet the deadline with something achieved,
Yeah.
you've done it. But if not,
I would
you
say
haven't done
like
anything yet.
checkpoints in the on the schedule or the
Exactly.
planning. The
Yes.
checkpoints after which, like the one you face in the world.
Yes, because always planning is linked to distraction, Mr. Ashraf, because Planning, it's a track, and it's timelined track, because we cannot set it's a life goal and after I reach age of 40 or 30 I'll be achieving it. No, you have to monitor your performance.
Plan it, yeah.
And I consider that your life is a project, because people who works as a project managers or work in the project management field will understand this well. Your life is a project, so deal with it as a project, and this will be discussed in later episode, how to manage your project, your ultimate project, which is your life.
Yes.
All right, and summarizing the last episode with this episode, because they are linked. So we spoke last episode about the skills required for your life: discipline, time management, planning, and planning early. Get ahead to the practical life early as much as you can, because this is very important. Take care of your nutrition, take care of yourself, take care of your message to Allah. Go ahead with the method of the Holy Quran, because this is the only correct, guaranteed correct way to live a good life.
Yes.
Definitely.
And you have to find always yourself on track. If you got off track one day, don't get disappointed, never give up. You will get back again and faster, because you will have to accelerate. So I see after you discover the distraction and you get again back on track, it's a chance for you to accelerate more in order to cover the wasted time already, right? So at the end, I would like to thank my dear guest friend, Mr. Ahmed,
Thank you very much.
the
Thank
show.
It's
Thank
been
you
a
for Mr.
pleasure
Abdullah.
always to be here.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ahmed.
Pleasure too.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Abdullah, and thank you, Mr. Ashraf, for being
you.
with us.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother and sister everywhere. See you next week in a new episode of Life Choices. Please don't forget to go for our Facebook page and tell us your opinions. What do you think of it? What you need to be discussed in the Life Choices episodes. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Dreams and goals, many mixed emotions in my heart and soul. For some I made a plan and did the best I can. If God wills, things can happen. After all, I'm just a man. Choices, senses, dreams and goals, many mixed emotions in my heart and soul. For some I made a plan and did the best I can. If God wills, things can happen. After all, I'm just a man.